Go.
Okay, all right. A lot of moving parts right now. We're getting ready for signing day coming up Wednesday. We're preparing for Duke. We practiced the last 2 days. Really, last 3 days had good practices, really good energy, playing a really good Duke team. Their coach was the conference coach of the year, a guy that I've went against a lot as a defense coordinator. I have a lot of respect for him offensively. Their quarterback, I'm very impressed with him. They do a really good job moving the football. Then defensively, I'd say they're very sound and do a super job of that. So it'll be a good challenge for our guys, and we're really looking forward to that. Questions?
Coach, you didn't waste any time yesterday promoting Addison Williams to defensive coordinator. Can you talk about that decision and how he impressed you through the years? It seemed like that must have been a guy you kind of had your eye on for potential promotion.
Yeah, I mean, Addison, he is one of the bright up-and-coming coaches really in college football. Caught my eye years back. He was with me in 2019 at Auburn as my right-hand guy, as my head coach and analyst, was with me through everything, really helped me with that. And then, of course, we got him here, and he just did a super job. I elevated him as our assistant head coach during the summer, and just did a wonderful job with that. And he's a rising star. I mean, he's a real football coach, not just relationships, but he's great with the X's and O's and everything that goes with it. So I couldn't be happier, to have him leading our defense.
Did you consider any external hires potentially, or any external candidates for the position? Or
No. I mean, he's a guy that has been waiting on this opportunity, and once T. Will, which I really appreciate T. Will, everything he's done for us the last 2 years, did a great job. We wish him nothing but the best, as far as his next job. But once he decided to go, I mean, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and very excited that he's ready to do this.
Coach, have you ever given any thought to how big your coaching tree is kind of getting at this point now, where you got a lot of former coaches who are out there and stuff? But when you think about that, what does it bring to you then?
Well, what it brings to me is I'm getting really old. So that's what it really brings to me. But and I'll say this too. I mean, Addison had some other opportunities to be a defensive coordinator also, and so that tells you how the college football world feels about it. But yeah, I mean, we got some really good people in college football. That's real important to me. That treat kids right, that care about kids, help them with their future. So I'm real proud as far as that goes with all the different guys we've got in different locations in college football.
Coach, there's so much going on with recruiting, signing day, the bowl game. How do you keep the guys focused on achieving the goal of a 10-win season?
I think that's about the players. I think it's about leadership, and they understand. I think it's been done 7 times in school history. It's important for our seniors to go out on a winning note. And then our players, if you watch their practice, I mean, they're motivated, they're ready to go. And the thing about a bowl game is, it finishes up the season. 10 wins is big. There's no doubt about that. But also the young guys, it's like, gives them, a chance to get themselves ready for next year. And y'all saw it last year. I mean, the momentum we had with the bowl win, that was really big with that.
Back to Addison, can you share anything where maybe it was that year at Auburn, or maybe in the 2 years here, where he did something that just really impressed you or stood out to you that made you think, this guy could be my future defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I'd say just his football knowledge is high, and not just defense, but offensively. And to be a great defensive coordinator, I believe you got to understand offenses inside and out, and vice versa with that. And then he was with me in 2019. I was a play caller, so he really helped me, and we kind of worked together about defense and offense. So that really stood out to me. But the biggest thing is just the person he is. I mean, he's a winner. And he's got a chance to be great in this profession. And there's very few people, whether it's a coach or a player, that's got a chance to be great. And he's got all that. And so I'm really excited for him personally, and then being a head coach, being able to take over our defense. I mean, I think going to this new league and all that, the timing is really good for all that.
Coach, as for game prep, it's going to be really cold on game day. How do you try to, you can't simulate it here, but
Yeah.
I mean, how do you try to get ready for knowing what the elements are.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a factor. I do think it's going to be cold, looking at the forecast with that. We'll get up there 3 days before the game, get out, we'll have 2 practices, do the best we can as far as that goes, as far as simulating. It's just part of it. I mean, it's part of football, and, you know, our approach is we're going to be excited to play in that environment with everything that goes with it. So we'll get there, and we'll put the ball down and be ready to play.
How did you see Addison connect with players? And on that note, is it always fun for you as a head coach to make an announcement the way you did in a team meeting and see the reaction?
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, I don't know how many other coaches are replacing somebody within 24 hours, you know, and but we did that. It was an easy decision for me, like I said, and, you know, he's earned the respect of our players. It's not just the defense, it's the offense, it's special teams, and he's earned the respect of everybody in our building, not just the coaches, but, you know, the trainers, the you know, everybody that works in our department. So it was really exciting to be able to announce him, and, you know, we hit the ground running and had a great practice today.
Yes, in the back here. How do you assess the success of this season before the results of the bowl game?
Yeah, we've got 9 wins. Obviously, we played in the championship game. We weren't happy that we didn't win that game, okay? But then after that game, you got to take the next step and a chance to win 10 games. There's not very many teams around college football that won 10 games. And, you know, we're a program that our trajectory is going up. We won 9 games last year. Really, this is important to win 10 games to get some momentum going in this new league, and really everything that goes with it.
Coach, with that in mind, you got the bowl game coming up. Any word on whether or not we're going to see Isaiah Bowser back there running the ball?
Yeah, he's ready to go. Had a great practice the last 3 practices, and, you know, he's ready to go.
Are there bowl opt-outs? I mean, every program seems like they have some with guys getting ready for the draft or whatnot. Are there any players that are not
Yeah,
gonna play?
no, as of right now, everybody's playing and all that. Obviously, the guys that went in the portal, they've moved on and all that, but, man, our guys are locked in, they're ready to go.
Chip Lindsey left for a different job as well. How do you plan to replace that spot at offense coordinator, quarterback coach? I know you were calling the plays the
Right.
last couple of years, but what's your plan?
Yeah. First of all, I really appreciate Chip. You know, he came in here for 1 year, really did a great job assisting me, and, you know, he's got a really good opportunity. So really appreciate everything he did. You know, now that I've got our defense coordinator situation, we still got a position to fill. We'll work on that. But we're going to get an offense coordinator. We'll see what that looks like once I announce and all that. But this is a really attractive spot. There's a lot of really good candidates interested, and that's a tribute to our players, you know, that we got some real guys, you know, on offense too. And so we'll get a really good one, you know, that will do a super job for us.
I know you said after you were hired that you would always want to call plays in your career. Is that still your focus, or are you more open to?
Yeah, just to be completely transparent with you, I mean, being a head coach this day and time in college football with the portal, the NIL, the fundraising, everything, that's a challenge. And, you know, even my coaches, you know, around college football, I think all head coaches that call plays are feeling that way. So we're working through that, you know, and we'll see where that goes. And once I name a guy and announce and all that, I'll make sure and be very specific in those areas. But make no mistake, it's a huge challenge for a head coach these days.
Coach, with the new rules, being able to see a 4-star like John Walker out at practice with you finally, how does that feel after going through the recruitment process, knowing how hard it was, preaching the hometown hero movement, looking out and seeing him practice? How does it feel to see him?
Yeah, I don't know the rules right now as far as being able to comment and all that, so give me a pass on that. But I will say this, this recruiting class is going to be really good, and real excited. And, you know, our coaches have worked extremely hard, and I think Wednesday's going to be a really good day.
Well, let's talk about guys that are still going to be coming back, actually, from last year. Of course, we.
And I'll answer that question on Wednesday, okay? I don't want to do anything compliance-wise, okay? There's so many new rules and everything's changing, so y'all give me a pass on that. But I'll be ready to go on Wednesday now. I'll have my sleeves rolled up and ready to go.
With that, Mike, Coach, for the guys that said that they will be returning, John Rice Plumlee, obviously among them.
Yeah.
He's been battling injury toward the end of the season. This break between then and the bowl game was kind of like the same thing with Bowser last year before the Gasparilla.
Yeah.
He might be healthier than he's been in a while. How huge is that?
Well, what we try to do is we try to give our guys a full week and a half off. Okay, you know, I know a lot of teams choose to practice and stay on all that, but, you know, we really didn't have an off week. We had the hurricane, and there was really no off week. So we just felt real strong. We were a little behind as far as anytime you play in a championship game, the other teams that aren't in the championship, they get to recruit for a week. So we felt real strong with that, let these guys heal up, and not just him, but I think everybody else is a little fresher. And just being out in practice, you can really feel that energy. But yeah, we're expecting him to be as healthy as he can be, and this time off has really helped everybody.
In the back, Coach. Obviously, you wanted to be in the Cotton Bowl, but how do you assess the quality of this game, this matchup, where you're going to play, and all that comes with it? Yeah,
we're very excited about it, and playing a Duke team that, they had a great year, and that head coach, he's a real coach, and he did a great job. And our players can see the film. You turn the film on, you have a lot of respect. They won a lot of games, and the games they lost were really close. So, we're playing a really good team. Our guys understand that, but I'm glad we're playing a really good team, and our players are too. So it's a good bowl. Like I said, the big challenge is going to be being cold and all that, but that's football weather. I kind of like that every now and then. I think our players will too.
I know some of the commentary for some of these early bowl games, maybe teams aren't dialed in, they're not focused, they don't want to be there. How would you say you just kind of alluded to it? How excited are you guys for this opportunity?
Yeah, I'm just honest with our guys. Last year we were really motivated to play in that bowl game, and we were chomping at the bit. Well, that group, I promise you, is going to be doing the same thing. So that's our challenge. And the way our guys have responded the last couple of days, they're excited to practice. And bowl games have a way of, like I told you, the younger guys and the guys come back, kind of re-energize them, refocus, because they understand that win the game, but this is getting momentum for next year. And sometimes you have new faces in bowl game. Whether it's special teams, offense, defense. Some guys got more opportunities than we had some guys leave and all that. So there's a lot of positive energy, but that's our challenge, and that's everybody's challenge in bowl. You see it like. Those bowls aren't what they were 5-10 years ago. So it's more about, how is your team, how motivated they are. And that's our challenge, but I really expect our guys to be ready to go. And like I said, we know this whole bunch we're going to play is going to be exciting.
Coach, signing days on Wednesday, like you said, how much do you take into the star recruiting system, 4-star, 5-star? What are your thoughts on the stars, and how do you evaluate recruits yourself?
Yeah, I'd say, from 20 years ago, I think there's more information for people to be more accurate as far as that, but still, it's not a perfect science. We turn the film on. I'm an old high school coach. I turn the film on within 5 plays. That guy can play or he can't play. I don't really look at the stars when I'm first, and then you got to deal with it from a head coach's standpoint as far as momentum and fan bases. That's just part of the job. But we just need to finish. That's what we need to do. We're in a really good spot, and our coaches have worked extremely hard. I think we're in a really good spot.
Coach, can you talk about the depth and development? It seems like when we had to play the younger guys throughout the season, it was really no drop off. And now, like you said, the excitement going into a bowl game when you can actually see more. Can you just talk about like the coaches, the development, and how well these young guys have taken to the program and developed throughout the season?
Well, first of all, we had a great recruiting class last year. That's first. We had some real players, so we knew that. We had a veteran group coming back, and so the development, you're exactly right. When our 2s and 3s played, there wasn't a lot of drop off, and we kept playing good, clean football. So that's real exciting. And I expect, this bowl game to carry over.
For the bowl prep, do you have some GAs? Who's going to tutor the quarterbacks and linebackers?
Yeah, I'm helping with that. One of our analysts, Bogner, we moved him up on the field, and he's also going to assist with some of the things Coach Lindsey did, and so that's what we'll do on the offensive side.
Coach,
One more?
One more.
Obviously, you're going to be facing Duke here. You've also played other ACC teams throughout the regular season. How similar so far would you say their game is to the ones you played, and how much will that help in prep for the game?
Yeah, I don't. The teams we played are different. They're a different team, schematically and all that, different players. So, we just know we're playing a very quality team. I think that's a very well-coached team, a very quality team, and so it'll be a challenge. But like I said, we're looking forward to it. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm honored to announce our new defensive coordinator, Addison Williams.